Dr. Rama Baru, one of our foremost public health professionals, is with us as well. And I just want to make it clear, I'll start with you, Rama. People are not dying per se from COVID. They are dying more from the lack of oxygen right now, more from the lack of access to medical treatment. You now actually have a Government of India advisory that is interfering with how doctors should treat their patients. For example, high flow cannulas are ill advised against. Government of India bureaucrats are telling doctors what SPO levels to maintain in oxygen. I personally know this because my father, when I lost him, but when we were treating him at Vedanta, he was very claustrophobic and he could not wear a mask. He would keep throwing it off. So the doctors had to place a high flow cannula. And as per the government's current advisory, elderly people like my father should not be getting the comfort of that cannula because it consumes more oxygen. So we are now directly, as a failure of the government to provide basic infrastructure to our health workers, interfering with how doctors should be treating their patients. In my opinion, this is nothing but criminal incompetence. And yet our conversations continue to be about whose fault it is, what the SOP should be, how many days it will take for the oxygen concentrators that are lying at airports for the last 7 days. As a public health professional, you must be absolutely horrified.
It is horrific. It's not only horrific, it is criminal negligence and a complete callousness on the part of the government. I think to have not anticipated that there will be a wave, and a very severe wave, especially in the context of mutants, and with warnings from the scientists themselves, just went unheeded. And I think this really, the responsibility lies with the highest levels of power, especially the Prime Minister's office and the Niti Aayog with Vinod Paul as its leader. None of these people had made any preparations. In fact, the slogan was, we have beaten COVID. COVID is not going to come back to this country. So this complete disdain for scientific debate and, data that was staring at us in our face is actually amounting to criminal negligence. It is also what has resulted is a carnage. How can we live this down? What kind of moral fiber is left in the hearts and the minds of this political class? You just don't give a damn. And the numbers are not small, Barkha. The suffering is not small. It is a horrible situation. And we are all left to fend for ourselves. Is this what we really anticipated ever in our lives? Like you rightly said, in our adult life, did we ever think? And don't forget, this entire COVID was used to build the Prime Minister's image. What was all that Vaccine Maitreyi about? What was all of that about? And so you became the global hero. And what are you? You're an emperor without clothes today, with a coterie who is saying, oh man, you've got the finery on you. I'm appalled. I'm disgusted.